Alright, so I'm back. This is the second video of the HPI Baja 5SC converted with the Rovan Baja Max arms. And I had some issues. The last video you saw, I had some issues with the droop. The droop was down further, and it was hitting on the rubber boots inside here, and I didn't like that. So I was going to come up with some limit straps or something to lift this up so that it wouldn't bind on those spindles in the back here. And I come up with something different than limit straps. I actually took the, I don't know if you can see this or not. I tighten these on. Okay, when you put the rubber boots on, there's a cross arm on the, yeah, you can't see it unless I zoom it in. There's a cross arm here, and with the suspension all the way down, it rubs on the boot, in the inside of the cup here. So you're going to rip that boot right off. So my fix was I took apart the shock, and I went through I got this drawer, and I have all sorts of shims and plastic pieces and nylon and bushings and stuff. So I went through there, and I was looking to get 3/4. So I found a 3/4 shim, and then I drilled, find a camera here, on the bottom I drilled 6 holes, larger than the holes that were on the piston. And then this end rides up against the piston. And what it does, it covers up half of the holes on the original piston. So it's limiting the fluid going through there. And I just did it as an experiment, but you'll find that the Rovan stock shocks for the Baja Max, they're really bouncy. So after I got done putting these bushings in, I added some 40 weight fluid to it, and oh my goodness, I dropped it on the floor, and it just firmly sat, but the front was still bouncing. So I knew I came up with something good there. So that worked out for me as far as the suspension goes, and I got about 3/16 clearance, where my it's not going to hit ever again on there. So my bushing in there was 3/4. The length of it. That was how I made my clearance on the bottom. So whenever I go in a jump or a dip and the vehicle lifts in the air and this drops down, it's not going to screw my rubber seals up on my spindles, my cups. Then on the front, so now that I lifted the rear up, the front was still drooping a little lower. So I figured I would put some bushings in there, and I put I don't know, they're like maybe a 1/4 inch bushings in the front. It was also actually hitting on the top. The support for your front bumper here, the bar that comes across, there's a crossbar that was hitting in here. I don't know if you can see this bar right here. If you follow it all the way back, the top of the arm hits there. So every time I go to jump, it was going to hammer on that. So that was why I did a bushing in the front. So I'm bushing the front shock also, so it can't go down any further. So now that I got everything, I'm not hitting nothing. Everything's clear. Now I can finish doing my electronics in the symmetrical steering box and button this thing up because I'm just about done with it. I did, however, order an aluminum bell carrier. So I took off the plastic one, and I have that in there. So that's a must, actually, in my opinion, is the aluminum bell carrier on that. And ever since I've gone with a steel gear, I haven't ripped my teeth apart. Because I go out in the field, and I drive full bore across the grass and stuff for quite a while, and I've had my teeth ripped up on these. So that's what I came up with so far, and that's what I got for my fix. Bushings in the shocks. I didn't need no limit straps on the front or back. I just put bushings in there, and now I got my clearance. I'm not going to hit. Everything's a go. Bye, 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 bye.